New videos every day.
I like to know things.
Do you ever feel like you're not really enjoying what you're doing? You know, maybe the job you have or the things you do in life, week after week, day after day? I really have a bad job. It really sucks. And I do not enjoy what I do. And I'm just kind of now realizing that I should probably change what I'm doing. I work at a firm or an agency, and I work in the accounting department. I mean, how boring can you get? I go home, I relax, wake up at 5 in the morning, and then all day while I'm at work, it's kind of like, okay, what am I going to do tonight? I wonder what's on TV. You know, what kind of clothes can I get? Or, wow, there's this whole sale at Macy's. And I don't really have that interest or, like, you know, that vibe in work, or, you know, where you actually feel like you're doing something that's worthwhile. I was on my way to work the other day, or, you know, a couple months ago, and, you know, the person in front of me slammed on the brakes, and I was like, you know, what's going on? And everybody was at a standstill, and there were honks, and people were, you know, shouting out, and I looked up ahead, and it looked like there was this car accident where this truck hit this car, and nobody was really doing anything. They were just kind of still, you know, leaning on their horns, and I was just kind of, you know, somebody has to do something. So I drove around in the driveway of the gas station and looked in the car, and there was this lady in there, and she had 2 terrified children. I mean, they were just freaking out. The girl was, you know, she was just sobbing, and she was, you know, trying to hit the seat in front of her, you know, I want to get out, I want to get out. And the boy, he was crying, and he just didn't know what to do. He was just, you know, sitting there kind of in shock. The guy actually drove off, the guy in the truck who hit them. And the mother didn't know what to do. She was stressing out, you know. She didn't have a cell phone, so I ran over to one of the drivers. He just happened to be the one leaning on his horn the most. And I took his cell phone and called the ambulance and the police, and they were coming over. And the kids were still in the back seat. I mean, they were pretty terrified. So I got them out of the car, and while the mom was handling the car and the police and stuff like that, I started talking to him. And the little girl, she was really, really into her little teddy bear. I think she named it like Pinky or something like that. And, you know, I was talking to her about the bear, and she just loved the little bow it had around its neck. And I got the boy talking to me about school, and they're telling me all these things. And they were, after about 5 or 10 minutes, they were pretty chilled out, and they calmed down a bit. So I think the mom really liked that as well. And, you know, even though I was late to work, which, you know, really sucked, but it was just, you know, the most wonderful thing that day. It really, really made me feel good. Maybe that's what I'm missing from my job, because I you know, you push the papers, and you have to fill out paperwork and do all this sort of stuff, and, you know, I maybe, just maybe, I may be helping somebody, you know, get things done faster or quicker, or expedite the process that payments get done, you know, but I just don't see it. I mean, it's the accounting department. I look at a computer all day. It's just, you know, I just feel like I'm pushing paper around, and all I'm looking for is to move this stack of paper to the other side of my desk. And, you know, maybe that's kind of what's missing. So I did have this job where I taught some people on some text, and they sometimes didn't understand what they were studying, of course, like everybody does. And, you know, they would come up to me, and they'd have all these questions and didn't know what they were going to really do about it. And just going over it with them for half an hour or so. And it was just amazing. I mean, this one guy, he came into my office, and he was like, you know, I really don't get this. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So I went over it with him in detail, and we did a little chart and everything like that so he could understand. and this like light came into his eyes, like, oh my God, I really get this. I really understand this theory, and it really makes sense to me. And I think I got more gratification out of that, just that one time. I mean, the thanks and the acknowledgement that I got from this guy was just amazing, and it just made me feel so good, and I really enjoyed what I was doing. I can actually look back on it and compare it to what I do today. I mean, it's accounting, but what I did back then, I mean, it just gave me so much enjoyment and satisfaction helping these people. So I really think that those times in my life when I was helping people, I was really happy. And it actually kind of seems strange to me that it doesn't seem like people are helping others these days. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? For example, like in that car accident, I mean, everybody was leaning on their horns, honking, and getting pissed off, and nobody was actually out there doing something. And I really think that helping people makes me happy, so I think it kind of goes hand in hand. I really, really think that that's like the major component that one has to have for happiness is, you know, you're doing something that you enjoy and that you really feel like you're helping somebody and you actually are contributing to someone else's life and you're making their life that much better. What do you think? Do you think there's like a relationship between helping people and how happy you are?